Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer, simply hit the pause key on your video player. Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for Monday, and this is the 30th of July, 2018, 9:20 a.m. Central Daylight Time. We're still getting earnings in, but as you can see, there is pronounced weakness in the NASDAQ. You know, the FANG stocks hurt. The S&P just sort of drifting, while the Dow, the industrials, picked up all the energy last week, and at least they're holding. They came 12 points off the low in the Russell, doing a little better there. Metals gone flat. Copper market still feeling the pressure of no deal between the U.S. and China. Dollar index down. Is a number of currencies up. Now remember, we have the Bank of Japan meeting today. We have our bank meeting. The FOMC, Brazil's bank is meeting right now. The Netherlands, I think, was last week. Bank of England's right around the corner here. So you've got to be very cautious when looking at all this because you might get surprise announcements. I doubt that the Fed will do one, but will Japan tweak what they're doing? Markets on the lookout for that. Bitcoin, you got to move away now from the prior month and move to the September. The other month's going to expire right now, so you've got to always be careful. That's the August that'll be gone. Now you've got to also look and see the pressure on the bonds and the note market. As you can see, the energy's jumping to the upside again. Now, my staff came running in. What's going on? Well, I'll show you what's going on in a second here, but pay attention to it. And in the grains, I know we put out some reports, people trying to tell them that the wheat market is one of these markets that can run. It's got problems worldwide in weather, and unlike just a feed grain, which wheat can be feed to animals and is fed to animals, wheat's also a staple for people. And when people foods get hurt, there's a very big difference between that and an animal grain. I want you to remember that. National Association of Realtors, we saw an improvement. Pending home sales up 0.9 from the prior month. They were expected to be up flat. And pending home sales, though, from a year ago month, down 2.5%. So there's a problem happening there. The Bank of England net consumer lending rose by £1.57 billion, comparing to expectations for a $1.3 billion increase. Previous month net credit expanded by 1.572. The Eurozone July consumer inflation rose to 18 from 17.5. That's the expectations index, not the raw number of inflation. PPI expectations slid to 9.7 from the 10.1 figure. So they're still just not able to grab anything. Germany's July harmonized CPI figure was up 0.4 month over month, right in line with the expectations. And for the year-over-year base, it was up 2.1%, right in line with the expectations, too. As I said, the Bank of Japan's two-day meeting is today. China's made another revision to how you can invest if you want in Chinese-listed companies or in companies that buy quote-unquote A-listed shares. Will not be able to transfer those shares for 12 months, but the threshold to participate in them is going to be lowered, and the ministry said it will review applications for strategic foreign investments in companies that have national security concerns. Tit for tat with the U.S. Ag-rural economists lowered Brazil's center-south corn crop to 53.4 million, off 200,000 metric tons from the previous estimate, and they're noticing the drought. You've got this in Europe. You've got droughts in a lot of spots. Here is what might be hitting finally the oil. Iran's local currency hit a record low against the dollar today, extending a slide on concerns about new American sanctions, the first level being imposed next week. So that is it. I think the market's starting to look at the Straits of Hormuz, what might happen there, what about the plans. If you read my newswire over the weekend, I pointed out that in Australia they were talking about ABC, and that was a report that came out there about U.S. plans with the Brits
to attack the Iranian nuclear facility. So it gets a little interesting here as all this gets itself going, if you will. You know, what you're looking at behind me is something unique to what we can offer our clientele. And they're called price counts. Now, what a price count does, it's all based on a certain formation that you learn to recognize right away. But that formation would be like here, from this low to high, you pull back and then you break out over the previous high. Where might that carry? Think of this as Fibonacci to the upside and downside. You get this price formation, it pulls back, doesn't make a new high, breaks out. Where might the price counts go? Price counts then tie in with your other work, and if you hit a zone you like, it's telling you maybe the market's going to run out of steam. It gives you a real good idea if the market's turned direction on you. How do you get it? Call us at 866-973-2077. You can always go to our website at www.iraepstein.com. You can click up here if you're watching me on YouTube. And remember, we'll not just send you the daily price counts, we'll send you the videos so you can learn how to do them yourself. And if you talk to our brokers, they'll set you up on the charting software so you're able to work with it and really see what this powerful tool can do. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a good morning, and I'll see you all this afternoon.